What's up, people? Hofflings, Campo Hoff is back with another video, and this time it's going to be episode number 4 of Talk About It. Now, what am I going to be talking about today? Well, I actually kind of want to talk about my issue with the Nintendo Switch. And not only that, future WWE 2K videos. And a little bit of WWE 2K22 and the most recent releases. But before we get to anywhere near with the WWE 2K stuff, I actually do want to talk about the Nintendo Switch. So, what happened? Or at least, I found out that the Nintendo Switch right now is becoming just a thing for market. Or it's becoming really heavy with its prices. I mean, like, extraordinary heavy. Like, so if I remember correctly, Nintendo is getting some pretty bad backlash with their most recent online expansion. If I remember correctly, it has to do with their N64, the Sega, the Sega Genesis, and I think there was one more in the expansion pack, but that's not what the people are complaining about. The people are complaining the absolute ridiculous price of this friggin' expansion pack, because just for the online expansion alone, like, if you just get the online, like, just Nintendo Online, I think that's, like, what, $10 a month, I think? I don't remember. But with this expansion that they're doing with the Genesis and the N64, they are making their own audience pay $80 for this. I was right on that backlash as well because it's fucking stupid. It is just stupid. Literally, the N64 is one of, if not, well, it pretty much is. It's one of their best and most remembered consoles, even though I never had it because I was born in 2003. So I don't even know what an N64 is, but the Nintendo 64, from what I heard and from what I've seen, the N64 is literally one of, or if not, like, the best console they ever made. And here they are, they're actually, like, giving out, I guess somewhat remade versions or remastered of these games, and they're selling it out for $80. Along with the Genesis, and I think maybe one more console, but neither one of us is having it. There's my dog. Now, I will say, Nintendo has not been in the brightest of lights, have they? Because I think as of recently, especially what's happening to one specific content creator, I think his name was... I swear to God, it was like Jiva Silver, I think. I don't remember, but what I do remember is that the dude has been getting hit and hit and hit with these copyright strikes and claims by Nintendo, despite the fact that all he was doing was uploading just the music. He didn't take any credit for himself. He had no credit. If anything, he was not taking all the credit. If anything, all he said was, Nintendo, this is their music, not mine. I have no responsibilities in this. I have no working in this. He literally said that. And guess what Nintendo is doing? They're literally fucking him over. Despite the fact that he is giving, or they, because, I don't know, it's 2021, I should assume stuff, whatever the fuck. But lately Nintendo has been coming really heavy on their copyright stuff. And this one one person is really having it the hard way because, again, this one individual is uploading Nintendo's music despite the fact he's not claiming it as himself. He's actually giving credit, all the credit towards Nintendo, but Nintendo's like, yeah, no, fuck you, we're gonna copyright strike this, and I'm like, seriously? And the dude's been, and I'm just gonna say this right here, right now, the dude's literally been like doing that for several years. And now, all of a sudden, in 2020 and 2021, Nintendo's like, yeah, no, I think it's about time you do something. And I'm just like, then why didn't you do this? Like, the years back. That's my thing. Like, if you're doing it, if you've been copyright striking past videos, why not do it? Why not do it back then? Like if it was a year, I can somewhat understand it. But when you're going after videos that are like 10 plus years older, that's a question I have to ask. Why? And not only that, but why didn't you do it a couple years back instead of waiting on it and then copyright striking it? That's my issue. The dude's been doing it for over a decade, and now all of a sudden in 2021, Nintendo's like, psh, psh, psh. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? If there's one reason why I really like Sega or Sonic better than Nintendo / Mario, it's because of this shit. And now, on to the WWE 2K stuff. Okay, so what I want to first talk about. Alright, maybe since I'm on the WWE topic, yes, I know that Vive has uploaded 3 different videos. Haven't exactly watched them, but I do know that one of them, but I definitely know that one, but I definitely do know that one video there was a new champion crown, and surprise, surprise, it's actually not Brandon, Aaron, or Dalton. It was actually one of their guests. Holy crap. So I know those 3 have been made, but I will get to them. It's just personal life has been going on. I'd rather not talk about it. But all I can say is that, personal life has been kind of screwing with me. I needed a little bit of a break. And now I promise I do promise you I'm okay and stuff's been going pretty good. And now, actually, on to the W2K stuff. Anyways, what I want to first talk about is my future WWE2K videos. I haven't uploaded any within in a couple of months, and that's the thing. The console I have, or at least the Xbox console, which is the only one I have that I can play with those games. The Xbox console is not mine, and because of that, it's literally staying over at my mom's house. But the problem is that lately I haven't been going to my mom's house, but I definitely have been seeing her. It's just I'd rather not talk about it because it's a little bit personal, but what I can say is that there was a day something happened and we've been kind of separate a little bit, but I will say we are back on good terms. I will say that. As for the future WWE 2K videos, they're gonna have to wait, mainly because, again, I don't really own myself an Xbox. The Xbox I used to have was not even mine. It was my stepbrother's, so they're the ones to keep the console, but at least my mom still owns the rights and has the games, so that's good to hear. But at the exact same time, without an Xbox, I can't play any of those games, which kind of sucks. So that's one reason why. So that's pretty much the main reason why I haven't uploaded anything WWE 2K related. It's because, well, again, the Xbox console isn't exactly mine, so it has to stay over there. But the games are mine. But I don't have an Xbox, so one knows the point. But I will say this: when I do get my own Xbox and when I do get my games back, there's gonna be a somewhat of a reboot because I kind of want to make this as like my own wrestling promotion to a certain extent. But with the name of SmackDown, I can't really do that. Mainly because, well, not only does it kind of increase the chances of copyright, which I definitely don't want that, but it's also I feel like I'm kind of limiting myself to creative, or at least when it comes to like making the arenas and the show in the graphics. So when I do come back, or at least when I come back with WWE 2K stuff, I'm gonna be rebooting my WWE 2K series. So episode 3 or episode 4, that's done. The 4 episodes of SmackDown, they're done. In fact, Money in the Bank, the original pay-per-view I was gonna do, that's also canceled. So SmackDown is going through a reboot, but Money in the Bank, the original first pay-per-view has been canceled. It's not delayed. I'm saying this right here, right now. It's canceled. Money in the Bank, very first pay-per-view, it's done. I'm sorry. Now, speaking of canceling / delaying stuff, WWE 2K22 is now in a pretty bad state. Why? Because for you guys who don't know, WWE has recently made some releases, and a lot of them have some very, very big names. Keith Lee is one of them. There's Oni Lorcan? I don't remember the dude's last name. There was also Eva Marie. There's Nia Jax. Mia Yim, who is Keith Lee's wife. And a crap ton of more. And now people are kind of mocking 2K for having the biggest roster of all time. In all honesty, well, I wouldn't say it's mocking, it's more like teasing. In all honesty, I'm not one of those like teasers, but if anything, I have to agree. I'm sorry to say it, but I have to agree. And not only that, Karrion Kross has also been released. Are you serious? You're joking. Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Nia Jax, and Eva Marie. I mean, like you've had WWE, Vince McMahon. You guys had one of the most talented superstars. And here you go saying you guys have released them. There's one story going around, but I'm treating it as a rumor because I have no clue about this. There is one story, again, I'm calling it a rumor, that's been going around saying that Keith Lee has been dealing with attitude issues lately, at least in the backstage, and I'm like, you're serious? Keith Lee himself? There was one comment that kind of proved it wrong. If I remember correctly, the comment, I think it was on Instagram, actually said the Keith Lee Bearcat thing, that was actually Keith's idea. Keith Lee himself actually replied to the guy saying, no, it wasn't. So, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure the main reason why Keith Lee is having attitude problems is because he's getting sick and tired of the freaking creative WWE is having. And Monday Night Raw ain't really better. Monday Night Raw is not really any good. Mainly because, well, Monday Night Raw, they do not have the best creative. Like in all seriousness, SmackDown, there's a reason why SmackDown is better than Raw. And literally the number one reason I keep on hearing is better creative, and I'm right there with them. Monday Night Raw's creative is kinda crap. And not only that, but Monday Night Raw has also had a bit of a reputation of pushing one star one night, but then in the next night, he loses immediately. So it's like, there's no story, and even when they do have some amount of story building, they fall flat, mainly because they actually don't really make any sense. And SmackDown has, and I will admit, SmackDown has their own flat storyline, specifically the hacker. That one fell flat, mainly because they didn't give it a finish. I think it was originally supposed to be like a reveal, but they never did it. They just said it one night, that was Mustafa Ali, and that was it. They just went right by it. So it's like what in the world was the point? So I will admit, SmackDown has had one of their own bad storylines, but like 80% of the time, when they do actually make storylines, they actually make sense and they actually follow a pretty decent story. Monday Night Raw, this superstar wins one night, the next superstar loses the next night, but it doesn't make any sense. That kind of sucks. And it sucks. And they wonder why. And Vince McMahon wonders why his company has been doing kind of crap lately. Not only because of the creative, but also because of the ridiculous releases he's been doing. Which I don't understand. And I get, now I am in no means am I calling myself a businessman, because I am not in the slightest. I'm not even old enough to be one. But Vince McMahon himself has been paid by not only Fox, but Peacock as well, a freaking streaming service that kind of still has issues. Fox paid WWE themselves $50 million with an M, not a B, an M. $50 million to WWE if they can air SmackDown on Fox. And guess what? They're getting paid. And guess what? Fox is paying them big ass amount of money. Same thing with Peacock. I think if I remember correctly, I think Peacock paid WWE like nearly $1 billion. I don't know about that too completely for sure, but I think it was around like the $1 billion mark, wasn't it? No, it definitely could have been $1 billion. But I definitely remember they paid big amount of money. And not only that, this was like over 100 million, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's like over $100 million. I definitely know it's around the million mark, and I definitely know it's way above 50 million, or at least I think it is. I'm not too completely sure. Peacock and Fox are paying WWE huge amounts of money. And again, Fox, I know for a fact that Fox is paying WWE $50 million. But here's my thing. WWE is getting all of this money from not only the streaming service Peacock, but also Fox. They're gaining tens of millions of dollars. And yet WWE keeps releasing these superstars because they only give one reason only, and that's due to budget cuts. Heavy air quotes by that. And it's like, are you serious? Like, Vince is getting paid over $50 million by not just Fox, but also Peacock as well. He's getting paid over $60 million at this point, that I'm starting to question what the hell is going on in his head. Like, seriously, what's going on? So yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening, at least in the wrestling aspect, and not only that, but stuff has also been happening in my life that, again, I personally don't want to talk about, but I promise you I'm doing alright. But when it comes to, and then we get to WWE, and it's like, are you serious? Like you're joking. I still haven't tried, or at least I tried to watch AEW. I tried to, but I just can't get into it. Like, I'm trying. I promise you I'm trying. I just can't. I just can't get into it. They got some good stars over there, don't get me wrong. I ain't crapping on them. They got Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, John frickin' Moxley, Orange Cassidy, frickin' Adam Page, the Lucha Brothers, aka Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix. Like, every single one of them is good. I ain't crapping on them. It's just, I can't really get into AEW. Like, I'm trying. I just can't. But I'm also really just starting to dislike WWE because lately they haven't been doing a good job, or at least it doesn't look like they're putting enough. They're not putting in enough. When was the word I'm freaking looking for? They're not putting enough work into their shows, their scripts, their freaking storylines. So it's like, what in the world is the point? And that sucks. And back with the 2K, WWE 2K22 is supposed to be released in March. And as of right now, they haven't said anything. And the thing is that they're actually gonna like stay quiet until in January. So November and December are gonna be completely silent from them, which does kind of suck. But at the exact same time, it's production. They actually need to be serious about this, and this is either go big or go home. This is go big or go home. You only got one shot. This is your one shot, 2K. You can't mess this up. If you want to save this, then this is your best. Then this is the one time you're gonna have to do, like, it's for all the marbles. There are no little marbles. There's no half the marbles. This is all or nothing. If you screw this up, bad things are going to happen. Anyways, I think that's really about it. The Nintendo Online Expansion Pack, that thing is like literal full of shit. WWE 2K, the main reason why I haven't done so much is because the Xbox isn't really mine, but the games are. But I have to have an Xbox in order to play any of these games. So can't really do anything about that until Christmas time. And then WWE and of course 2K with the full amount of the huge amount of releases. Yeah, stuff's been wild the past few weeks. Well, alright. So before I sign off, I do have something to say. On November 15th, me and my dad are going to Monday Night Raw in Indianapolis, Indiana I'm pretty sure the Patriots played in this arena. Give me one sec. Give me one little sec. November, wait, no. Uh Hang on. 15th. Oh, here we go. It's supposed to be in an arena that the Patriots used to play. Ah, here it is. The Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That's the arena it's going to be at. 7:30 is going to be the starting time. And me and my dad, we actually found pretty good seats for these. But there's one problem. $150. And there's only two of us. $150 for each of us. So both of us are paying $300. So if you combine them together, we are literally paying $300 worth of WWE freaking tickets. And this is a Monday Night Raw, which I can somewhat understand, but at the exact same time, holy shit. So yeah, I don't even know if any of you guys are gonna go, but if you are planning or thinking about going to Monday Night Raw and you want to see me for some weird reason, there's one in November 15th, and I'm actually going to be going over there. Hope to see you over there. I think that's really it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.